Hey guys, so I kind of want to do a different video for this channel. I'm going to show you guys how I made my GROOT mask. Alright, let's get into it.
Okay, in order to make this mask, I am going to use some floor mat EVA foam. I already have this template ready to go. I actually made it from my previous mask. I'm going to use some thumbtacks to keep it in place. Next, I'm going to take a Sharpie and trace the template onto the floor mat. After that, I'm going to draw 2 dots where I think the eyes are going to go, and also draw in the mouth where I think the mouth is going to go. So that looks somewhat right. Next, I'm going to take my blade and cut out the shape. I'm going to use an X-Acto knife to cut out the curves. This is probably the most difficult part about cutting into the foam, so instead of using a blade, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife. So the next thing I'm going to do is take some extra foam and cut out an extension of the back. And this is kind of what it looks like. Taking the Sharpie, I'm going to go ahead and draw the eyes out. I'm going to take the X-Acto knife and cut out the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and pop out the eyes, and this is what I have so far. I'm going to take my heat gun and apply some heat to the foam itself. Just going to go ahead and start sealing this up. I also want to make sure to get the edges on top and also get the back side of it. Once I got the foam nice and hot, I want to quickly take it and put a shape to it. I'm going to take my Dremel tool and I'm going to trim the edges so it's easier for me to apply the contact cement. Then I'm going to take my contact cement and apply it to the edges. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to leave it alone and have the contact cement dry out. Next step is to connect everything very carefully and putting some pressure, making sure everything is nice and tight. Again, I want to hit it with the heat gun. I just want to give it some more form. I'm also going to hit the side of the mask with the heat gun to start forming out the jawline. Next, I'm going to take the Dremel and start trimming and smoothing out the top of the mask. I'm going to go ahead and take my blade and cut out the mouth. Again, I'm going to take my Dremel, start working around the eyes, and probably taking my tool and making the eyes just a tad bit bigger. Once I am done with that, I'm going to take the tool and start drawing out the lines for the nose. Next, I'm going to work around the eyes, just starting to give it some details. After that, I'm going to start working in the details on the underside of the eyes. So after a couple minutes of that, I am pretty happy with how it looks so far. I think it's all starting to come together. So I noticed the mask itself has a lot of these crazy details within it, and I want to go ahead and start working out that. I'm going to start working on more of the details. I want to make this look somewhat like a tree, and I'm going to work in the curves with my Dremel, run it across the mask, and put in all these lines, and it's going to give it somewhat of a wood look to it. After that, I'm going to curve out the jawline, and I'm going to do the same for the other side. Again, taking the Dremel, just kind of going crazy with the lines, not really caring, but it's starting to really look like a tree trunk. After everything is said and done, this is kind of what I have at the moment, so it's starting to look very close to the GROOT mask. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the heat gun. I want some of those lines to really open up with the heat. And I'm going to go ahead and apply some heat to the top and start kind of forming that out. Next, I'm going to take this extra piece of foam and apply it to the top of the mask. I'm going to take my trusty hot glue gun and apply some glue to the top piece. I'm going to take this can of air and rapidly cool the glue. And I have to add another portion, but I'll probably do that off camera. Next, I'm going to take some Mosh Podge and apply a couple of coats just to seal it up. I'm going to take this tan paint and I'm going to paint it onto the mask. After that, I'm going to apply a second coat of paint. Next, I'm going to take some green paint and apply some accents on top and onto the mask itself. I noticed GROOT has moss growing on his face, which I'm going to apply later on. I'm going to put in the last little details and I'm going to dry it off before I apply the moss. So I ended up going to Michael's, picking up this moss. I'm going to use my hot glue gun and glue the moss onto the mask. After applying all the moss, this is how it looks so far, and I'm very happy with the outcome. Now for the eyes, I ended up using these sunglass lenses and applying some hot glue around it, and I'm going to stick it inside of the mask. So here is the final product. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do more of these sort of videos. As always, don't forget to smash that like button, favorite this video, and share it with your friends. So for the next video, I kind of want to do a making of the IO robot. So let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that. Alright guys, I will see you next time.